Good evening, Croatia. Tonight, enjoy with us the very best in television from around Europe. Dobra večer, Hrvatska. Dame i gospodo, večeras zajedno s nama uživajte u najboljim ostvarenjima u europskoj televizijskoj produkciji.
Idemo, kaže. Let's go.
Idemo voditelji.
Oh, that's a great start.
Good evening, dear ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Cavtat, welcome to Croatia. It's our great pleasure to greet you in this beautiful small town, a real pearl of Adriatic, with an old and famous Dubrovnik, of course. I do hope that this nice surroundings and cultural heritage that you will experience during your stay at this CIRCOM Regional conference might be an inspiration for creating new content for your television stations that might even be awarded Prix CIRCOM in future years. So it's my great pleasure now to present you my dear colleague, the president of Prix CIRCOM, David Lowen.
Thank you. Yes, welcome to the annual awards for the best regional programs in Europe, the Prix CIRCOM Regional 2014.
Glittering trophies await the winning entries, and there is also 30,000 euros in cash and travel bursaries.
There are 10 categories and a Grand Prix for the best program of them all. The judging took place in Sofia, a city full of splendid churches. Our hosts was the national broadcaster BNT, and there were 228 entries, a record number. 14 judges went there from all over Europe, and we worked for 4 days to reach our verdicts.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the judges are with us this evening. So to our sponsors. And of course, those who have entered programs waiting for announcements. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome them all.
Thank you. Well done. Each main category winner receives a trophy and 2,000 euros. The winner and the commended also have a free trip to this gala and the conference. The winner of the Grand Prix receives a bigger trophy and another 3,000 euros.
And now on our first category is a special category for this year based on CIRCOM's citizenship co-production. This program exchange venture is supported by the European Parliament. To present the trophy on behalf of the Parliament, please welcome Fernando Carbajo, the Director General of Communications for the European Parliament.
The chairman of the judging panel for this category was our CIRCOM president, Jean-Marc Dubois. In this special, please do. That always makes him so happy. In this special category, the winner receives 1,000 euros and a trophy. The executive producer of the co-production for CIRCOM is Alexandra Pletzer.
The idea of the citizenship co-production is that each participating members produce human stories close to the citizen, and to share it with the other members who participate to the action, and to share it with all the CIRCOM members. We define 6 common themes, which are disability, mobility and immigration, gender equality, privatization and public service. As the commended entry, the judges picked up a report from the mountains of Romania and how, with the help of a volunteer Italian agency, the rundown village of Bradet is being reinvigorated by its village. This is from TVR Timișoara.
Eu am 12 ani de când sunt la Brădet și singura chestie care eu am văzut-o schimbată și făcută la Brădet este că ce-au făcut Asociația Il Giocattolo.
Cel mai bun prieten după Victor Sivetidis. Un copil avea multe jucării, dar se plictisea repede de ele. Băiatul se juca ce se juca și le arunca.
Noi am făcut curs de muzică, am făcut curs de karate, curs de chitară, film, teatru. Pentru noi, oricum, proiect a fost un rezultat foarte bun.
Atâta bucurie am în mine când trimit fata la școală și se duce, că știu unde se duce. Întreb, cum te-ai simțit? A fost cald? A fost perfectată. Păi ce să-i mai cer? Ce altă bucurie să mai ai?
And now to the winner, a story made by RTBF in Belgium about the sexuality of disabled people, a story made with sensitivity and care.
Je dirais que c'est un grand désert, puisque malgré mes envies, mes besoins, le fait que je sois sous-entendé amoureux, la première personne avec qui j'ai eu vraiment des relations sexuelles, c'était lorsque j'avais 42 ans. Depuis cette relation qui s'est terminée il y a une dizaine d'années, je n'ai plus eu de relations sexuelles.
Vincent regarde The Sessions, une fiction sur le travail d'une assistante sexuelle avec une personne handicapée. L'assistance sexuelle se pratique notamment aux Pays-Bas, au Danemark, en Allemagne et depuis quelques années en Flandre. L'assistance sexuelle est-elle comparable à la prostitution? Nous avons posé la question à Caroline.
Pas du tout, c'est incomparable. Ce n'est pas qu'axé sur le soulagement, la satisfaction du besoin, dans le sens où lorsque la personne a joui, c'est fait, c'est fini. Au contraire, il y a tous les soins, l'assistance après, le côté affectif, la tendresse, l'écoute, le fait d'être ensemble. Et en fait, c'est beaucoup plus important que la satisfaction sexuelle.
Nous sommes au centre Arthur Régnier qui accueille des personnes atteintes d'infirmité motrice cérébrale. Cette institution est une des rares en Fédération Wallonie-Bruxelles à oser parler de la sexualité sans tabou. Le psychologue de l'équipe réalise tout un travail sur la sexualité avec les résidents. Il en accompagne certains chez une prostituée.
On met en place très concrètement les rendez-vous avec des prostituées. J'assiste la prostituée dans le déshabillage et la mise au lit, mais pas dans l'acte sexuel en tant que tel.
Tous les mois, Antoine fréquente une prostituée.
Ouais, je voulais absolument savoir ce que ça faisait, ce rapport charnel entre une femme et un homme. C'est ça que je voulais connaître, c'était une expérience que je voulais vivre absolument. J'ai plus confiance en moi. En fait, donc, parce que j'appréhende mieux la vie qu'avant, que j'avais pas accès à cette part de tendresse.
Mais certains résidents trouvent leur bonheur dans l'institution, comme Joseph et Amal.
Avec lui, j'ai découvert plein de choses que je ne savais pas au début. J'avais très peur de l'amour. Et c'est lui qui m'a appris tout ça, quoi.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the winner of the special award for the citizenship co-production category from RTBF in Belgium, Dominique Burge.
Okay.
And now to our category for video journalism. The sponsor is the BBC from the United Kingdom. And please welcome Michael McFarlane, Deputy Head of BBC English Regions.
Black spot just for you. There you go. Well, the VJs have to submit 3 reports, shot, edited and voiced by themselves. The reports should demonstrate the wide range of VJ skills. The judges were looking for good stories, well told in pictures, sound and commentary, and showing how and why a VJ can often do what a full TV crew cannot. The chair of the category was Zoran Medved from TV Maribor of RTV Slo, Slovenia.
Video journalists are often working very hard alone, and they are producing exclusive stories from the real life and from their regions. This year, commended entry goes to Philip Bromler from RTE Ireland. We saw his story about the low-cost animal clinic in Dublin.
The generator powers the flickering lights under which the vets are working.
The premise is diabolical. Absolutely run down. Dirty walls, very drab.
And as for the ceiling,
I think it was the last flood.
Despite the conditions, people continue to come.
Say how are you, Minnie? Say how are you?
As the sun set on budget day, a steady stream of people arrived to avail of free or low-cost treatments for their pets.
They look after our dogs, our cats, birds, anything we bring. Money is nothing to them. Not your daddy's dream, no.
I know Maggie years, I wouldn't know her personally, but I always knew her from going in, and the love she gives them animals, it's unconditional.
Maggie is Maggie Howard. She doesn't want to do an interview.
It's terrible, go away.
Winner is the Philip Norton from the BBC Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. Judges were impressed with his dramatic report about the floods on the east coast of England, and it was really very good example of the VJ reporter in the heart of the action, in the middle of the night, in dramatic situations.
The warnings had been issued, flood barriers were lowered, but it wasn't enough to completely hold back the waters of the Humber.
This is what we're up against currently, we can't stop it. But it's just, along here, there's the manholes. And if I can keep these clear, we stand a chance.
But tonight, parts of the city centre and areas of Hessel are underwater and without power.
I've just come from Lapland Electronics. The lights went out and yeah, we couldn't actually close the shop. So we had to wait around, and of course by the time we were actually able to leave, the water's just come up and up and up.
The danger came from a surge at high tide. Isolated Kilnsea was among the first to be affected.
It's only going to be another 5 or 10 minutes before this road is inundated with salt water. And there we go.
On Victoria Dock in Hull, roads became unpassable as the Humber continued to rise. A desperate battle to keep back the seawater unfolded.
Yeah, not panicking so much at the minute, but the sound of the sandbags sort of a bit of a worry. But just trying to help, because some people won't move, so get the sandbags and make a decision whether to evacuate.
One of the neighbours came and knocked on the door and said it were actually coming out over the wall. So I came round there and saw it, and then came back and we started moving stuff upstairs, and then now we're heading out.
The water has now stopped overflowing from the Humber just a short distance up there, but the problem now on Victoria Dock is it's gathered in some of these lower lying areas, and further along the Humber the problems are continuing. And that's brought havoc further across the city. We were unable to reach the Kingston Retail Park, said to be waist deep in water. Other streets are blacked out and flooded.
We was just stood there and was watching it and was making markers on the buildings, and it was just going straight past them all. It was just, that was it, it was gone within minutes. The police were trying to get all the cars out of the way, and that was it, it was gone.
It's tricky because obviously we've got our main A63 has been flooded and main Ferrens Way, so what we're trying to do is clear the traffic and make sure everybody's safe. We did have cars trapped, but now we've been able to bring them all through, and there were people sitting on top of their cars down by the ice rink as well because it took them unawares, but we've managed to move everybody out. The problem's going to be we might need to look at closing the A63 for a longer period, and certainly in the morning.
The worry now is for high tide in the morning. The standing water will only make the situation worse.
The BBC very cleverly wins its own sponsorship money. The winning video journalist is Philip Norton from BBC Yorkshire and Lincolnshire.
Okay, good. Well done. Well done.
Okay, next is magazine and news magazine program. And here we welcome a regular sponsor, but a new supporter for this category, SVT from Sweden. Please welcome to present the trophy and 2,000 euros, Kristina Ågren from SVT.
Well done. Well, this category spreads very wide. It includes news, magazines, arts, politics, science, music, religion, culture, programs perhaps at the very heart of regional broadcasting. But it is a difficult task for the judges. Here is Candida Buchriesa from ORF Austria.
It covered really a wide field, and the entries were difficult to compare. There were news programs, some entries with a documentary feel, and some features. As they commended, we chose a program that had a bit of everything, from exclusive investigations to hard-hitting studio interview. This edition of BBC London News leads with a powerful report about the exploitation of Romanian workers, migrant workers, on the streets of London.
The national minimum wage is £6.31 an hour, and some here offering work want to pay as little as possible.
I don't have money to pay like some of these English people. I don't have money.
So how would our two Romanians do when they accepted work here?
You guys do plasterboard?
And at another pickup point in Cricklewood. Andre ends up carrying mattresses.
These are very heavy.
Scores of them. And he's asked to climb a ladder to fix a pipe with some tape. We showed this footage to a health and safety expert.
It's not just this chap is being asked to do dangerous jobs. It's evident, but nobody's thinking about whether the jobs are dangerous in the first place. They don't seem to care.
You're just there, basically, do that, do that, do that, do that, go away.
And after all this, what does he earn?
Oh, that's 40 then. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
£40, which works out at £5.71 an hour, under the minimum wage.
But the winner for us was a fresh, wonderfully shot and well-scripted magazine about life by and on the sea. We visit Baby City outside Saint-Brieuc, a worthy winner, from France 3, Basse Normandie.
Bonjour Sophie, coucou, ça va?
Le petit Monaco, pour moi, c'est une partie de ma vie, déjà. On est ici, c'est parce qu'on ne peut pas aller en Espagne ou au Maroc ou en Tunisie. Financièrement, on ne peut pas. Eh bien, ma foi, ici, pour nous, le nom le dit bien, c'est le petit Monaco, c'est une vie, quoi. Et c'est une vie de groupe qu'on assume et qu'on aime beaucoup, en fin de compte. Et puis, je pense que l'étranger, ma foi, on voit tellement de choses ici. Même moi, on me dit souvent, tu es toujours dans ta cabane. Mais je dis tous les jours, je vis dans cette cabane et je ne vois jamais la même chose. Les décors sont différents, puisque selon les lumières, tu ne vois pas la même chose.
The winner is France 3 Basse Normandie. To collect the trophy and prize money of €2,000, please welcome Aline Mortanet. And now sport. The sporting diary is between the Winter Olympics and the Football World Cup. And the Prix CIRCOM is delighted to welcome a new sponsor of this category, TVP Poland. To present the trophy on behalf of TVP, here is Anna Dida.
Now, our Sport Award is for any programme or feature on sport or on a sporting issue. The judges were chaired by Jackie Hodgson from BBC North East and Cumbria.
In sport, we had a wide range of subjects and a wide range of formats. The subjects went from racing pigeons to football, and the formats from investigative journalism to studio-based programmes to documentary. Our commended entry came from NRK Trøndelag, Can Anyone Be Best? And it looked at legal ways of improving your performance.
Det står her da, på giftinformasjonssentralen da, at bakepulver lite farlig. Bakepulver består av natriumhydrogenkarbonat, og inntak av inntil 1 teskje ufarlig. Større mengder kan gi kvalme, oppkast og generell svakhet.
Ok, for jeg tok mer enn 1 teskje jeg oppe der.
Det var vel litt mer.
Ja, det var vel en 3-4 stykk.
Da skal jeg prøve å framprovosere melkesyre i musklene mine ved å springe en gang uten å drukke noe som helst. Opp denne bakken her. Og ja, sånn som jeg kjenner muskulaturen min, så tror jeg det blir vanskelig å få fram melkesyre.
Klar, ferdig, gå!
Det det sureste jeg har vært i beina noen gang.
But the winning entry was an edition of BBC Midland's Late Kick-Off. What we admired about this programme was the chance to make a football programme without necessarily having all the rights. We thought the programme would appeal to both a football fans audience and a general group.
The Kuwaiti owner of Nottingham Forest has told us he wants Billy Davies to build a dynasty at the City Ground, like Sir Alex Ferguson has at Old Trafford. Fawaz Al-Hassawi has seen Davies guide Forest to 6 successive wins. Well, Natalie Jackson flew to the Middle East for an exclusive interview with a man who bought Forest because he loved Brian Clough.
Fawaz Al-Hassawi grew up
in a palace.
Good morning. Very good. How are you?
Okay, how are you? Okay.
This is your family home.
Yeah.
His other city residence is full of marble, gold, designer furniture and hallmarks of the English game.
This is Bobby Moore with the World Cup in 1966, and I hope England will win again because I am a big fan of England national team.
He's wealthy enough to buy any football club in the world. 8 months ago, he chose Nottingham Forest.
I love Brian Clough. I am a big fan of Brian Clough, and I like the way he speaks, the way he's amazing. I really respect that man.
A Kuwaiti property tycoon, he collects sports cars. His personal wealth unquantifiable.
We want the fans to be proud of Fawaz, and we want, the fans to understand that Fawaz is not just doing it for business. It has nothing to do. He loves football and he loves Nottingham Forest.
He's also a proud brother, husband and father of 3.
If we reach the Premier League, it's going to be amazing. Not just because Nottingham accomplished it, but because my father got happy, and that's what we want.
I'm fascinated by Fawaz Al-Hazawi's story. Why would a wealthy, aristocratic man who's treated like a king in his home country buy Nottingham Forest?
Over the last week, we've been given unprecedented access to this famous Middle Eastern family to find out who this man really is.
I don't listen to nobody. I listen to my decision, and that's it.
To collect the trophy, and €2,000, please welcome from BBC Midlands, John Bray and Natalie Jackson.
He didn't last long after that, did he?
No, he didn't.
Right, well. Just if I can say a few words here. And as they go, it is just worth saying the manager was sacked soon after that.
Okay, CIRCOM is not only pre-gala. CIRCOM means quality education for young journalists. CIRCOM means hard work, meetings of the board, committees, conferences, co-productions.
And CIRCOM is a synonym for high professional standards and trustworthy journalism. CIRCOM is a strong connection between public and journalist. CIRCOM is here to serve.
Zdravo, ja sam Zoran Medved iz Radio Televizije Slovenije.
Govorim iz Radio Televizije Vojvodine.
Coming from Budapest.
Sad vas moram pokazati. Tu smo!
Conference live.
What emerges some kind of unity in diversity.
Sometimes I think it's not television. The goal of the journalists.
Structure. You have to remember that in the end, you're telling a story.
If you want to shoot video with an iPhone, you're going to need a lot of additional equipment.
This is the fourth course we've run, and it's great to be here in Dubrovnik.
Night looking.
Okay, you're safe.
Yeah.
He's working on
Gerard again.
Gerard?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yes.
CIRCOM is the only organization that allows regional public service media to be together.
Some of the questions we're going to discuss running around with my
audience must become centre stage, not our work practices, not our technology. We must be there to serve.
Public value magazine, and it's not
Even if the news are
one of them because it's so beautiful. People think that they can make a difference in the world.
Yes. Yes, indeed. This conference is one of the most important events every year in European television. It attracts top TV executives and producers, and other people as well. Right, okay, let's press on with the awards. Neela.
Well, now the award for investigative journalism. The sponsor of the category is the Council of Europe. Please welcome Alan Drake, its head of TV, radio production and multimedia.
Okay. Investigative journalism isn't quick, it isn't easy, it isn't cheap, but it is very, very necessary. It brings the pressure of exposure to wrongdoers and those who want to keep secret what should be made public. It is an essential part of the democratic process. The judges were looking for provoking and courageous reporting. The category chair was Zoran Medved from TV Maribor in Slovenia.
This year we saw investigations in racism, in child abuse, in mistreatment of migrant workers, all of them hard-touching topics. The investigative journalism is also treated as some kind of la crème de la crème of the modern journalistic practice, and all packages we saw this year prove that. As the commandant's story, judges picked up the report of a Swedish regional station, STV Örebro, about the fictitious work contracts with the non-European Union players in the Swedish Volleyball League, and it was a very good example of the sticking with a good story in the local area.
En stor framgång för klubben och för Nadia, men mycket har hänt sedan dess. För Tvärsnytt kan nu avslöja hur Lindesberg Volley hösten 2011 skickade in ett kontraktsavtal till Migrationsverket. Man intygade att just Nadia Grisheva skulle tjäna minst 14 300 kronor i månaden. En summa som är minimumkravet för att få arbetstillstånd hos Migrationsverket som icke-EU-spelare. Men i själva verket tjänade Nadia från 2 400 kronor till så lite som 1 750 kronor i månaden. Därmed godkändes Migrationsverkets arbetstillstånd på helt felaktiga uppgifter. Kontraktet som man fick var ett skenkontrakt då Lindesberg upprättade ett annat kontrakt med Nadia där hon alltså tjänade de betydligt lägre summorna. Tvärsnytt har tagit del av såväl Migrationsverkets beslut som de 2 kontrakten som Lindesberg skrivit med Nadia.
Alltså hon har fått andra typer av ersättningar. Vi betalar flygbiljetter och lite sådana saker.
Men har hon fått 14 300 kronor i lön varje månad?
Nej, det har hon inte fått.
Okej. För det är ju enligt lag så är det så, eller Migrationsverkets lag så är det så att för att få ett arbetstillstånd så måste man ju få 14 300 kronor minst i lön som idrottare från ett icke-EU-land.
Ja, vi kan bryta det.
Our winner in this category is BBC London Inside Out. Uncovered a shocking story of racism in rented housing sector in one of the biggest capital cities on the world.
We've got Dean and Joe on board. As far as a landlord's concerned, the only difference between them is their colour and ethnic background. We've discovered numerous agents who say they're prepared to select tenants by race on behalf of landlords. And Dean and Joe are going to put it to the test by trying to get a viewing.
So this is a flat we're going to put on the market. It's got 3 bedrooms, up-to-date appliances and a great London location. The only thing it needs now is a tenant.
We're undercover and have invited agents to give us a market assessment.
How much do you think I can get for it?
Around $650 a week.
Not just from any agencies, but from 10 who've already told us they're prepared to discriminate for a landlord.
I just wanted to know if it's possible to specify no sort of Afro-Caribbean blacks or anything like that.
We can't do that. We cannot be shown discriminating against a community. But obviously we got our ways around that. You don't have to tell us that because we, you know, like yourself, 99% of my landlords don't want Afro-Caribbeans or any troublesome people.
Afro-Caribbeans, yeah, you did mention on the phone. Yeah, that's not a problem. There's nothing wrong with saying that, yeah.
Without openly advertising it that, you know, no Afro-Caribbeans allowed, we would obviously, you know, understand that it's not available.
It's quite shocking, really. I think these are individuals, agents who know what they're doing, who know that what they're doing is wrong, who know that they are breaching the law. Equally, they know how to get around it.
Yeah, that's fine, that's not a problem.
And just listen to how they say they'll get around it.
We don't say to them no there and then, but we say, okay, we're going to have to come back to you, and then we don't call them back.
When somebody comes in, they won't basically advise them of this property being available, and even if it does get, then they say, oh, somebody's taken it. We'll have to make up an excuse, to be honest with you.
We can always make excuse. One of my colleagues has taken the property on the viewing. It's under offer at the moment. You know, we were just waiting for someone's references to come back.
We asked these agents why they were prepared to break the law. We got no response.
Investigative journalism is BBC London. To collect the trophy and €2,000, Gailin. Now we look to the future with the award for a rising star on the screens of regional televisions. This is for the most promising presenter or reporter, aged 30 or under.
Now the prize for this award is changed this year. It now offers an opportunity to the winner to take a bursary for a couple of weeks working at another CIRCOM regional station. In this way, the current generation can really help the new generation, and the bigger regions can help the smaller. It is an opportunity only an organisation of professionals cooperating across borders like CIRCOM can really offer.
The Rising Star Award is sponsored by TVR. Please welcome Dan Ratiu of TVR Timo Schwara.
Well, this category is about potential, talent, imagination, the ability to communicate. The judges were from the United Kingdom, Austria, France, Slovenia. And the chair was Ulf Morten Davidson from NRK Norway.
The Rising Star recognizes excellence of young talents all over Europe, reporters, video journalists or presenters. This year we had 16 entries from 9 different countries. The commended entry goes to Andrej Havlik, Studio Ostrava, Czech Television. He is an entertaining presenter working with a young audience.
Každý pořádný moderátor sportovních pořadů prostě musí umět chodit po highlině. Základ je se postavit. A kde jsem udělal chybu? To je divný, tohle jsem stával maximálně jednou za 10 let. No nic, mějte se krásně, ať to chodí bez páru. Pusti! Nebo mě, počkej na mě! Pusti, tohle není vtipný, ale...
And the winner is Line Jansrud from NRK Trøndelag. She is the presenter of the science program for children, Newton. We enjoyed her fresh, funny and daring journalism. Here we see her dissecting a special part of a bull.
Dette her er 2 okseballer. De er ganske så svære, og mye større enn menneskets. Men hva skjuler seg inni? For å finne ut av det, må jeg skjære litt. Og det er ikke bare. For her er det masse hinner. Ser ut som et påskeegg, jo. Men det er ikke påskeegg. Det er 2 testikler. Og dette lange her er tissen til oksen. Men hvordan ser de vakre testiklene ut på innsida? Vi må skjære dem i 2. Her, ja. Testiklene består egentlig av masse bittesmå spagettitråder. Men de er så små at du ikke engang kan se dem. Og inni her så lages sædceller som kan bli til barn. Å lage en sædcelle tar ca. 2 måneder. Sædcellene vandrer gjennom de bittesmå spagettitrådene som ligger inni her, får en stilig hale og blir sakte, men sikkert voksne, helt til de når bitestikkeren, som er denne greia her. Og det er et slags lager. Så ligger de her da, og venter på å bli spruta ut gjennom tissen. Og så starter kappløpet om å nå eggcella først. Men hvordan ser sædcellene ut? For å finne ut av det, åpner jeg bitestikkeren. Og det som tyter ut her, det er millionvis av sædceller. Der, ja. De gutta der var det ikke mye i livet, ass.
The winner of the Rising Star category is Line Jansrud from NRK Trøndelag in Norway.
Get on the black spot. Get on the black spot. Now, right, before you go, you are the first Rising Star winner to have the opportunity of working at another CIRCOM regional station. So put all these station heads out of their misery. Which one of them, or which broadcaster, is going to get your incredible talent? You hope.
Do you want the short answer or the long answer? Only the channel?
The short.
Okay, BBC.
Ah! You've seen the talent, BBC. Here it is. Thank you.
what did you men feel? Okay, thank you.
Okay, now for our next category, minorities in society. Please welcome to present the award the Director of Development of France 3 and now President of CIRCOM Regional, Jean-Marc Dubois.
Okay. This category was introduced to express the importance in the regions of reporting in a positive way on unusually controversial issues. It has proved popular and the programmes have been of high quality. The chair of the judges was a previous winner of our Rising Star category from TVR Iași in Romania, Raluca Aftena.
We watched investigations, documentaries, and even a fiction drama, both of very high quality. We saw positive stories about role models, but also reports on cultural clashes, conflicts, and discrimination. One story that really stood out came from TG4. Our recommended entry is for their documentary about the hidden history of Irish immigrants in Australia. This story is about the terrible oppressions endured by the Aboriginal communities.
And it was late in the afternoon when they took us to Brock's Creek. I looked around and I could see two nuns standing there with their big white robe on. We thought they were devils. And I see 20, might be 30 other children, and they were all crying. And the door shut on us. And I'm looking out there and I can see Mum. She started screaming and she was carrying on there. And I can see some woman there holding Mum, you know, she was starting to crack her head with something.
But the judge's winner is BBC London's groundbreaking investigation into sexual grooming within the Sikh community in London. It offers a rare insight into a minority group that we seldom see on our screen. It was a powerful yet balanced film, a clear winner.
Behind the doors of Britain's Sikh community, girls speak for the very first time about how they too have been groomed and then subjected to horrific sexual abuse by groups of men.
I can't sleep at all now because I keep getting nightmares. I attempted suicide on my 16th birthday.
I felt used and abused like a piece of rubbish.
He was like, sleep with this guy, this is my friend, and it was horrible. I just wished I was dead.
We hear how being abused can leave Sikh girls isolated from their own community.
I think my family is that embarrassed of everyone knowing. At some point, I thought my parents would turn against me too.
And we investigate claims that the police are failing to protect Sikh children from a network of child abusers.
The support from the police has been zero. Why aren't we getting the same support as other communities are getting?
Jaswinder was only 13 when a man began the process of grooming her.
He seemed like a really sweet guy. I started skipping school just to go out with him. Then he'd buy me stuff and pay for my stuff. And then he bought me a phone to stay in contact with him. He made me feel like I was the centre of attention.
He spent weeks slowly gaining Jaswinder's trust, but he had a hidden agenda.
He took me out to a hotel and then gave me a drink. I didn't know what happened after that.
The next morning, Jaswinder woke up naked and realised her drink had been spiked. The man she thought she could trust had taken obscene photos of her and threatened to show them to her parents unless she agreed to have sex with other men.
They were like those alcoholics you'd see on the streets.
The blackmail and abuse continued for over 18 months. Jaswinder claims that the man who forced her into prostitution initially hid his true identity.
Congratulations to winners Inside Out from BBC London. To collect the trophy and €2,000, please welcome DP Chowdhury, Zak Adesina and Chris Rogers.
There you are, there you are. Wave with the camera.
Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, we do announce a music performance in our tonight's gala. This is Trio Ad Libidum from Dubrovnik, and the frontman, the singer Sebastian, is, believe it or not, our colleague, a presenter of HRT Radio Dubrovnik. Trio Ad Libidum will perform a beautiful love song by a well-known Croatian and also European music diva Teresa Kesovia. The song is entitled My Last and First Love. So let us all enjoy together this beautiful performance with Ad Libidum.
Ja znam da ti si drag mnogim drugim ženama, ali ja sam samo tvoj. Ti tečeš mojim venama, povedi me u noć, uzmi me i ljubi me iz ovog ludog sna. Nikad ne probudi me, za te živim ja, za te umrijeću i sve dok živim o tebi pjevaću. Zlato moje, sunce moje, dušo moja, moj život te ljubavi. Srećo moja, tugo moja, moja posljednja i prva ljubavi. Povedi me u noć, uzmi me i ljubi me iz ovog ludog sna. Nikad ne probudi me, za te živim ja, za te umrijeću i sve dok živim o tebi pjevaću. Zlato moje, sunce moje, dušo dušo moja, moj život te ljubavi. Sreća moja, tuga moja, moja posljednja i prva ljubavi. Zlato moje, sunce moje, dušo moja, moj život te ljubavi. Srećo moja, tuga moja, moja posljednja i prva ljubavi. Moja posljednja i prva ljubavi.
Wow.
Right, thank you very much indeed. But Neela told you only half the story. Neela, I think you should introduce the group properly. Who were they? Who did they include?
Do you really want me to
Go
tell
ahead.
the secret?
Yep.
Okay, the singer is my husband. Lucky me. Oh. So, they're still on it.
They're still doing it. We'll keep
Okay.
going.
Let them do it. Okay. And now to the category which always the most fiercely contested with more entries than any other. The sponsor is the Dutch Cultural Media Fund, which promotes high-quality documentary production and is based in Amsterdam. Its director is Hans Marten van den Brink.
Great to see you. Well, this is not just the category which has the most entries, it is also the category with the highest quality. A difficult and often argumentative session then for the judges, chaired by Jean-Christian Spenler of Francois.
This year, 50 documentaries from 20 different countries were in competition. The jury found it quite difficult to choose a winner, as the level of quality of the film presented was very impressive. The commended documentary is I'm a Little Georgian from Georgian Public Television, a touching portrait gallery of short people and their difficult integration in the local society.
Kami yarın Lilliputian Jurassic zaten taban anyen koguatut biya haras nisne. Da mürlaşır manamcız normal olarak %100 Çimin tanakası %100 normalde mürü mivat oyun maşın yüzden. Kul gahet kilgun. Minda ruvi unçavda mesum kontes samsaqda ruviyaru dilitadır. Sızma şimdi nakılım, bütün sınavcı gavedinden tüm mikrofondan mahan. Tabii bütün adallis kabarun medsun. Tabii bütün katkılıydı da tevar değilmez. Şimdi şaka bütün bütün korteliye yok. Rogavi kurtan, rogava xeyli tali.
This year's winner is Does God Love Women from RTV Oost, Netherlands. This film gives us a rare insight into a small Orthodox Protestant community of Eastern Holland and raises a question about the position of women in that community as well as other social issues.
Geachte dominee en kerkbestuur. Ik voel me onbegrepen als vrouwelijk lid van deze kerk. Ik voel me als vrouw beledigd en verloren. Onze vrouwen staan aan de kant. Ze zijn monddood gemaakt. Ze weten niet anders dan dat ze zwijgen moeten. Jullie houvast is de gereformeerde leer die ons honderden jaren lang is ingeprent. Waarom blijven vrouwen uitgesloten van ambten binnen onze kerken? Mijn positie binnen onze kerk zou gelijkwaardig moeten zijn aan de man. Dat is ons geloof toch waard?
Geachte mevrouw Kok, wij delen u mee dat wij het gesprek over de positie van de vrouw niet meer met u zullen voeren. De kerkenraad wenst in het spoor te blijven van schrift en belijdenis. U bent belijdend lid. U bent geroepen om te handelen en wandelen naar het woord en de belijdenis. Wij roepen u van harte en in liefde op tot trouw kerkelijk meeleven in de gemeente rondom het woord.
Je verwacht gewoon te veel van die mensen.
Nou, aan de ene kant...
Je verwacht er gewoon veel te veel van.
Je bent veel meer op de regel als ik.
Ja, dat kan.
Nou.
Ik ben vrij strikt.
En aan de andere kant zei ja, dan moet je er niet zoveel van aantrekken.
Nee. Ik heb ook een eigen vrije geest die bezit en
die
ook zelf bepaalde. Ik bedoel, ik loop niet aan de leiband.
Ik ook niet, beslist niet.
Maar ik heb toch
maar ze
idee...
wilt hem aan de leiband lopen.
Nee, ook niet.
Dat
ook
is
niet.
waar.
Nee, daar ben ik het volledig over oneens.
Nou.
Je hoeft niet aan de leiband. Er is nergens zoveel vrijheid als in het evangelie.
Ja, in het evangelie.
Maar wat de mensen ervan maken, daar loop jij op stuk.
We verhandelen toch van ons geloof, hè?
Ja?
Niet vanuit een instituut.
Nee.
Oh, en ze houdt er steeds aan het instituut vast.
Ja.
En niet van het gevoel en het geloof van medebroeders en zusters. Die veracht ze. En dat is het.
The documentary category winner is Does God Love Women from RTV Oost. To collect the trophy and award money of €2,000, it's Emile van Roederoy.
That's all right. Congratulations. Thank you.
And now to the next category. Our next category is the award for fiction and drama. The sponsor of the Fiction Drama Award is TG4, the Irish language channel. Presenting the trophy on behalf of TG4 is Pronchas Nihran.
Don't drop it. Well, producing and developing drama can be a slow and costly process, but it can also be a significant way to express the deep character of a region. The chair of the category judges was Daniela Drastata from HRT here in Croatia.
This is the 8th year of a fiction drama category.
What we were looking for was good acting and strong stories reflecting lives of those living in the regions, and we saw really a wide range of genres. For the commended entry, the jury picked Polish program produced by TVP3 Wrocław. It tells the story about miners who are members of the orchestra, but actually there is a story about political history of Poland. What makes it interesting is the fact that it's a TV adaptation of a theater play.
W ten sposób orkiestra nam rosła. Prócz Zenka przyszedł do nas wtedy Semenko.
Ciepnął, że robota w komitecie partii.
Ciepnął, to ciebie robota rzuciła.
A wszystko zaczęło się od tego, że do komitetu partii przyszedł gruby list z zagranicy.
Co to jest?
List.
A skąd?
Skąd?
No skąd? Italia, Milano. Do kogo?
Do kogo?
Signor Pablo Semenko.
The winner was political thriller by BNT. It has a strong acting and powerful story. Set in Sofia, it shows the relationship between the media and the government. Told from a perspective of a newspaper journalist, it shows both the power and the weakness of the media.
Снимките на Денев и министър Кисьов.
Идеална първа страница.
Вече ти изпреварих. Момент, как стигна до тях?
Моят материал ще ни стреля толкова високо, че ще ни трябват кислородни маски.
Аз ще уволни ли министъра? Виж, ти каза, че тук се забавляваш. Аз бачкам.
Филип, ще говорим по-късно.
Моят човек от бюрото направи невъзможното. Някои хора държат да се знае, че не покриват никого.
И как успя точно сега?
Интервюто с нощи състоянно свърши работа.
Трябва да се обадя на Молов.
Имам 1 час да затворим вестника. Така че бързайте.
Станимир, този път ще внимавате, нали?
Издънката не е моя, на службите.
Затова по-късно. Журналистите ви чакат. Приятен ден.
Ще отговоря на всички в залата.
Само минута, колеги.
Войнов, Андрей дава открит урок за прохождащи журналисти. Заповядай.
Добър ден на всички, които проявиха интерес. Поводът да ви събереме тиражираната информация в някои медии. Четвърта власт! За нерегламентираните връзки на министър Кисьов с бизнесмена Минко Денев. Няма да ви бавим, давам думата на министъра.
Знам, че всеки министър е виновен до доказване на противното. В случая обаче историята е обидно проста. Става дума за измама. И честно казано съм изненадан, че тя излиза в сериозен вестник като четвърта власт.
The fiction drama winner for the second year in succession is BNT Bulgaria.
Please welcome the Director General of BNT, Viara Ankova. Congratulations. And And now for Most Original Program. The sponsor of the category is RTV Slovenia, represented by its Director General Marko Fili.
Welcome, glad you made it. If regional stations are going to stay alive in the tough and competitive world, we will always need fresh ideas to attract viewers. That's why it was encouraging not only to have more entries in this category, but more original entries as well. Judging them all was Caroline Norlander from SVT, Sweden.
We saw some really fresh and amazing ideas this year, like mockumentaries and funny children's programs, all with a little flair of originality. The commended award was the shortest one, but perhaps with the biggest punch. It's TVR Bucharest using the Romanian flag as a device for exploring the questions about nationalism.
Un kilogram de orez costă 6,79 lei. Un bob de orez costă, deci, 0,0002 lei și are o greutate de 0,03 grame de orez. S-a muncit timp de 3 minute și 25 de secunde. Un stack pe un bob de orez se vede pe un televizor la fel de mare ca un stack de 5 tone și 7 hectare. Pentru noi, dragostea de drapel e invers proporțională cu mărimea lui. Dragostea de țară nu se măsoară în cantitatea de pânză.
But the winning entry is all about knitting. It's a 12-hour-long broadcast from NRK Hordaland. It's a really crazy idea, which works fantastically well. And it's also a clever use of social media.
Kom, skal vi klippe sauen I dag, klippe den bra, ja klippe den bra. Så skal vi strikke strømper til far, svinge oss glad I dansen. Surr, 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 rocken vår går, gala vi får. Surr, 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 svinge oss glad I dansen.
1:46 minutter.
Ja.
1 time og 46 minutter.
Ja, da tror jeg faktisk vi klarer det, da. Jeg tror det, altså. Nå ser vi hvor mye de har strikt nå på de timene de har brukt.
Ekspertvitnet tror vi klarer det. Hva tror gjengen selv?
Yes.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the people who made boring old knitting popular, exciting, and even sexy. From NRK Hordaland in Norway, Lise May Spisøy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and so to the very last award, the Grand Prix. This is the program the judges say is the most outstanding of all the entries viewed. The sponsor of this award is SES, the satellite distribution company. To represent SES, Please welcome the Secretary General of CIRCOM Regional from SVT Sweden, Johan Linden.
Thank you. Well done. And as we welcome SES, we thank all our sponsors who have been on stage tonight. They give invaluable support for the quality of regional television in Europe. Thank you. And now please welcome back also Jean-Marc Dubois, this time in his capacity as President of CIRCOM Regional. In the audience are our winners, for one of them only, the award of the best of the best. The trophy, Johan Linden's hands, €3,000 to come. Who will it be? For the Grand Prix, the best of the best from 10 category awards, RTV Oost in the Netherlands, Emiel van Ruveroy.
Whoa!
Can you pick up the You're not missing, you're going to get it. Oh no, sorry about that. You take them very well.
Congratulations.
Well done. Okay, congratulations.
Say something.
Of course.
But I would like to thank all of you, but especially Marcel Oude Wesseling, my producer for 10 years. We made 3 films about religion. And the first one started in 2007, wasn't it? And the second one was about Islam and Protestantism in 2010. And this one does love, God love women, and we are making another one, isn't it? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to our Grand Prix winner. Congratulations again to all our winners and all those who entered the programs.
We hope you have enjoyed this glimpse of what wonderful television is made in the regions of Europe. Thank you and good night from the Prix CIRCOM 2014 in Cavtat, Croatia. Good night. Enjoy the evening.